Actually, we could say two things. We could say was, which means that the bus was late, or we also could say had been. Had been. And what that tells us, what that tells us is a little bit different. Because if we just said the bus was late, it just means that the bus that we're expecting to arrive is late. But when we say the bus had been late several times already, what that tells us is that the bus is repeatedly late. Day before yesterday the bus was late, yesterday the bus was late, and today the bus is late. By saying had been. You see how the meaning changes a little bit just by the way we changed the tense? Okay. So well done. And then, so Nat, we're back to you. Number 13. It took, did you say took? Uh-huh. Correct. That was done very, very well. Looks like she has one. She has one. So we changed take to took. It took at least 2 more weeks to fix my car. Okay, so number 14, Ma. Can you read that again for me, please? Until then. I need to find a better way to get to work. I needed to. Because if we say need to, that would be describing something that it's present. Until then, I needed to find a way to get to work. I needed. Needed would be the correct tense there. Needed, N-E-E-D-E-D. I needed to find a better way to get to work, because she's the speaker here is talking about something that happened in the past. I needed to find a way to better, because it's past. We're talking about something that's happened in the past. So she would have to say needed. And then number 15, Toy.
I want to be.
Oh, you what?
I want not to be.
This one's a little bit more difficult. What she's saying is that in the past, she damaged her car. Okay, that happened in the past. And now she has to take the bus, or that she had to take the bus. And the bus was oftentimes late, and she ended up being to work late. And so all of that has happened in the past. But now, what she's, in this last sentence, she says that in the future, she doesn't want to be late. So, I do not want to be late anymore. So if we want to talk about something that that affects us right now, we would say, I do not want to be late. If we were talking about something that happened a long time ago, we would say, I did not want to be late. Okay? Let me read this through, because I want you to hear how the tenses change. Okay? We want to hear how the tenses change. So, last Monday evening, I was driving home from work when I had a car accident. It was dark. It was dark. And it was raining. About 5 blocks from my house, I stopped for a red light. While I was waiting for the light to change, another car hit my car. I guess the driver did not see me because of the rain. The accident damaged my car badly. Since the accident, I You could say, now there are two choices here. We could say, since the accident, I go to work by bus, or we could say, since the accident, I am going to work. I am going to work. The better of the two choices, even though both are correct, the better of the two choices is am going. Because what that tells the listener is that you are doing this still. You know, since your car is damaged, it's in the repair shop, you're taking the bus. I am going. You started going after your car was damaged, and you still are going by bus. So am going would be the better one. But if we just said go, that would be correct. But am going is more correct.
Can I say I have been going?
You could say that. That would also work, because it means that I have. When you say I have been, that means that since your car was damaged, you started, and that you still are. So I am going and I have been going says the same thing to the listener. Says the same thing to the listener. Both would be correct. It's really okay. Now your question.
Teacher, at the first answer you went. You change the answer. I am going to change. At the first answer.
Which number? Number 10.
Yes, someone said when you said okay. Right.
Since the accident.
I went.
I don't remember.
Number 10. At the first answer went.
Was it? I guess I didn't hear, because the correct answer would be since the accident, the better one would be the more correct response was I am going. That would be the better one. You could say I go, or you could say I have been going. Any of those would work. Any of those would work.
The answer is incorrect.
The best answer of all of the possible ones would be I am going. I am going. Since the accident. Ben?
Why we cannot do when?
Well, since the accident, because what we want to say, if you said I went to work by bus, that would mean that after the accident you used the bus. But went by saying that I went by bus, it doesn't tell the listener that you are still going by bus.
I think everything in this we just talk when everything is finished. We talk to someone. I went in the park when I was accident. I think.
Went. When we say went, that's past tense.
Yes.
It means it happened, and it happened, it's over, and it's not happening now. It's over, it's not happening now. So if we said, I went to work by bus, that means that it tells the listener that we went by bus when the car was damaged, but it doesn't tell the listener that you are still going by bus. And you see, the meaning here, the meaning is in this paragraph. The meaning in this paragraph is that since the accident and the car was damaged, I had to take the bus. I've been taking the bus, but I still am taking the bus. So we have to use a different tense. Yeah. Well, in this case, it wouldn't work. Let me take a little bit simpler example. the verb went. That's past tense. And that means that I traveled home by bus. I got home, it's over, I'm no longer traveling. The event happened in the past and it's not happening anymore. Okay?
Everything we told to someone now.
Yeah. But if I said that now, look at the difference here. This says, I went home by bus. That means that the event of going home happened in the past and it's not happening anymore. Okay? So this is what we would call in grammar, this would be simple past tense. Okay? Now, if I say I have been going, this means